Hello everyone and welcome to my channel and welcome to my life. Please feel free to subscribe. In today's video, I'm taking you on part 1 of my family vacation to Malta. So let's get into it. I'm Amber Rose and here it goes. Welcome to Malta. Malta is an island country in southern Europe, located in the Mediterranean Sea. Malta is full of history and beautiful architecture, which over the next couple videos will show and share some of that with you, plus some of the amazing things there is to explore. So here we are in our Airbnb that we stayed at in Sliema, Malta. Sliema, which means peace, comfort, is on the northeast coast of Malta. This resort town has so much to explore, including historic cathedrals, watchtowers, rocky beaches, and you can take a walk along the coastal waterfront trail, which is 10.8 kilometers, to shops, restaurants, bars, cafes, and of course, a view of the Mediterranean Sea that is simply breathtaking. So a little bit of a backstory as to why we visited Malta. Well, it is part of my family history. My mom's mom, so my nonna, was born and raised in Malta, and through that we were able to get our Maltese citizenships, and with that we of course wanted to travel to beautiful Malta and see a little bit of our culture. This is our first official full day here in Malta, so the family and I decided to go and visit Valletta, Malta. And you can take a ferry from Sliema to Valletta. It leaves every 30 minutes and it takes about 15 minutes to cross. So we made it over to Valletta. There is a bit of a walk up a pretty steep incline, but there's sights to be seen all around. Even though it is a bit of a hard walk, it is beautiful nonetheless. So many of the buildings, including the houses, are made of limestone, which is the primary building material and has been for centuries. And of course, you don't want to paint this beautiful limestone. So instead, against the limestone, you can see here is the doors and windows. It's the traditional architectural balcony style, but the doors and the fascias of the balconies are what the homeowners paint, and it is to be an extension of their personality. So if I ever get the opportunity to own a beautiful home in Malta, you can be sure mine will be painted pink. Here is the Triton fountain. The figures of the Tritons represents Malta's links with the sea. Work on the fountain commenced in 1955 and was turned on for the first time on May 16, 1959. These poles here, as seen, represent the new gateway. This present gate is the 5th one to have stood on this site, and it was built between 2011 and 2014. The brand new 21st century gateway, designed by Gozo was designed to welcome people rather than close them off. And as seen here, this is the Parliament building beside the new gateway. It opened in 2015 and was also designed by Gozo. Valletta is the capital of Malta and is a walled city established in the 1500s by the Knights of St. John. This fortress played a very significant role in World War II. Valletta is known for its museums, grand churches, palaces, which we will be visiting one momentarily, shopping, restaurants, and so much more. These streets, as seen here, are known as the heart of Valletta and brings millions of tourists yearly. Welcome to the Upper Baracca Gardens. The gardens give a beautiful panoramic view of the Grand Harbor. There is so much history and many monuments and memorials to a number of prominent people found on the garden grounds. The saluting battery was constructed in the 16th century and was used by military during World War II. Today it is used for firing ceremonial gun salutes, which happen daily at noon and 4 p.m. This building here, since 1972, which is called the Auberge de Cassel, has served as the office of the Prime Minister of Malta and administrative headquarters of the Maltese government. One of the landmarks of Valletta is the St. John's Co-Cathedral. Here you can take an automated headset tour and learn about the history that lies here. Like actually, the marble floors are covered in inlaid tombstones where 400 knights are buried. This beautifully designed church was consecrated in 1578 and was designed by Maltese architect Girolamo Caesar. I hope I said that right. For our snack, I am having a patizzi, which is a popular and well-known traditional Maltese food. My favorite is the stuffed ricotta. Here we are visiting the Grand Master's Palace. This beautiful palace was built between 1573 and 1578 by Maltese architect Girolamo Caesar. For over 200 years, it was the home of the Grand Masters. Today, it is the office of the President of Malta. Here is Neptune's courtyard. This palace was absolutely stunning. They did have this display of various boobs. Not entirely sure what this was representing, but either way, you know, we always need to represent our women and our boobs because They're awesome. There's a couple sections of this palace that has been converted into a museum of sorts. Here you can see the armory, and in these locations, such as the armory, you can see over 5,000 pieces of military hardware. Some of the military hardware you can come across here are firearms, bronze cannons, the original suits of armor from the 16th and 17th century that the troops used in battle. Here is the corridors of the knights, found on the first floor and looks over the Neptune's courtyard. Here you can find portraits of the Grand Masters, their coats of arms and suits of armor. This is the ambassador's room. The Grand Masters used to use this chamber for private audiences and to meet foreign dignitaries. So I hope that you've enjoyed this time with me here in Valletta, Malta, and I hope that it has inspired you to go and travel to Malta yourself. It is such a beautiful place. I can't even describe in words. Okay, so we finished off our evening back in Salima, and my husband and I just went for a little walk. And in Salima, you can find a lot of stray cats. They do their best to take care of them, as you can see here. They provide them with food and houses and beds. The locals do their best to donate all those things and to feed them regularly. They are so sweet and so fun to go down and visit, and we definitely loved visiting the cats. So I hope that you've enjoyed part 1 of my Malta trip, and I hope that you tune in for part 2, where I'm going to take you to places like the aquarium and so much more. You're not going to want to miss it. Malta is truly a slice of heaven on this earth, and it needs to be shared and known and celebrated, and I'm here to do all those things. So I hope to see you at part 2 of my Malta trip. So thank you so much, and until the next video, remember, stay sweet. And they even had wild roosters. So if you made it to this part of the video, you now know that.